Childhood innocence, racism, and family ties weave together to create an exciting novel for both young adults and adults. Scout and Jim Finch, along with their best friend Dill, find themselves in unique situations when they try to devise different plans to find out who the crazy man down the street is, Mr. Boo Radley. Unfortunately, it seems to them that their plans are going to be impossible. Later in the novel, they find themselves in another unique life lesson when they learn why it really is a sin to kill a mockingbird. From reading this story, children will have an eye-opening experience about what Jim Crow laws are, along with ideas of what segregation and racism did to our country in the late 1930s. In the 1970s, Antigua in the Caribbean is far different than what we would see it as today. In the 1970s, Jamaican Kincaid describes an Antigua that is filled with outside influence, specifically from Europeans who have built a country that depends on tourism to stay alive. For Jamaica Kincaid, her home can never be independent because of these influences, and she questions whether it is a worse place because of those influences, or is it a worse place because they cannot escape those influences. This is an awesome book for teachers and students because of its literary and historic values from the front to the back cover. Identity is something that many high schoolers across this country struggle with on a day-to-day basis. For James McBride, identity was the same thing, although his identity didn't stem from not knowing who he was, but not knowing who his mother was. Throughout the tribute to his mother, James McBride explains that his mother's sense of identity was diminished after she lost a connection with her family. For James McBride, finding the connection to her family helped him to figure out who he was. Through his tribute to his mother, James McBride explains the importance of not only family, but education, and provides an outlet for those students who truly feel unidentifiable.